Wednesday, hump day, and day to play around with getting stronger and shapelier shoulders on all of our Lifepro products. Well, not all of them, some of them. I'm here and shooting this live in Scottsdale, Arizona, but it's going to be recorded, so it'll be among the many videos we have in YouTube for you to use anytime you need ideas for a workout, want to learn something new, how to use your equipment. Today, I'm going to be working on shoulders, and I will be using the Swift Treadmill for a little bit. I've got my Roseann Pro 4D. I'll be using the Horizon Balance Trainer and the Flow Pro Dumbbells. And, you might not have all of these, so there's a lot of crossover when we're working with things. So I'll try to give you a little bit of everything, and I'll try to educate you on how if you don't have the dumbbells, what you can do with bands and things like that. So shoulders, let's talk about shoulders. The most mobile joint in our body. And I don't know about you guys, but it's taken me a long time for me to build some muscle. And that's just my body type to be very muscular, but it's more important for good joint health. I work with a lot of clients that have shoulder issues, issues in the tissues, and we're constantly kind of in a rehab mode, but that's okay. I think if you have an injury, Amber's talked a lot about different ways in rehabbing things, and we have a lot of products from Lifepro, the massage guns, all the infrared products to help with inflammation of the tissues. But, before you start really working to strength train, we've got to just make sure you have the best posture possible. And then when you're working in any of our movements, what I want to suggest is that you don't use anything except just try to find range of motion. So let's talk about range of motion just for a little bit. I want to move my camera just a little bit so I don't get cut off. Welcome, everybody. Let me know while I'm chatting with and starting this off, what equipment you have right now in your possession, what equipment that you'd like to get. We're having a launch on Friday with some new products. So make sure you check that out because all the team's going to be launching a new product. And we're excited about that. My room, my virtual training room is not that big. It's about 10 by 15. So you can see I've got quite a bit of product here, which is nice. And all the stuff is easy to move too, which I love about my Swift Treadmill. I can move. I can roll the Roseann Pro to the corner if it's in the way. The balance trainer I can move. Dumbbell's a little bit harder. I actually have to take some of the weight off, move it, and then slide it over, but I'm on carpeting. But back to the shoulders. So our shoulders can go into extension where they pull back. They can go into flexion. They can go into abduction and adduction. And they go into external and internal rotation and circumduction, circles. Now, many of you may find that it's going to be hard for you to bring your arms out, or hard to bring them forward, or hard to bring it back, or hard to bring it around because of tightness or different rotator cuff muscles that are compromised. So I want to suggest whenever you do any of these things with me, please, again, I can't say it enough, err on the side of caution. Don't push your limits. Sometimes it might be all about stretching the muscles so that your bones can move better, more freely in the joints. And while I'll be doing this live, if you have questions, type them in the chat. Also, Lauren's going to be posting some other videos that I've done on different products for the shoulders. Now, don't be afraid when you see that word yoga that you don't do yoga, because as long as you're moving and breathing mindfully, you're doing some yoga. And I've done some yoga lives specifically using emphasizing shoulders, and I've done them on the platform. So without further ado, let's talk about our first exercises. I've got about 15 of them I'm going to show you. I will only do 3, 5, 10 reps max because it's a lot of shoulder work. And I kind of forgot I was doing this today, and I did some shoulder work out at the gym already, so I may go err on the side of lighter weights. I still go to the gym even though I have all this equipment here. I have to get away from my house every now and then and work out someplace else. I think it's super, super important, and I will say this so many times, that you are very aware of your head over your shoulders. If your head is forward, your shoulder blades are sliding forward, and you're going to you won't have that best range of motion, and probably causing some kind of problems, contributing to more issues in your tissues. Now, there are 5 rotator cuff muscles. I'm not going to go into all the anatomy of it. If you're interested, our friend Google will teach you everything you need to know about rotator cuff muscles. There are 3 major muscles of the shoulders, the front, the anterior, the medial, and the posterior deltoids that help to shape the shoulder. So the rotator cuff has all these muscles to let the arms move freely, to rotate in the sockets. That's the quickest version of anatomy you're going to hear, although I do like the anatomy part of it. So it's super important that we warm up our shoulders. I'm going to get on the Swift Treadmill, and I'm going to grab a towel. Now, if you do have a Swift Treadmill, and you're not sure that you want to let go, if you're not ready to let go, walk with a really slow speed. If you're comfortable with not holding on, walk with a faster speed. If you don't have a treadmill, get on your vibration platform, get on your balance trainer, and challenge yourself while you're doing this, okay? I want to keep you really engaged in your body. So welcome, Kelly. Welcome, Leo. I am so glad you're here, and I'm glad that you have some equipment to join me on. With any of our workouts, I always suggest that you watch first, and then, as I said, they're going to be recorded. I'm going to turn my video my camera so you can see me. They'll be recorded so you can join me again and again and again. I don't want to get too much glare from my window. Can you guys see me? A little bit higher. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I love working shoulders. I was real frustrated for so many years. About 10 years ago, I did a figure competition, and I just could not get my shoulders to do anything. It took so long to really get them to, I'm going to say, pop a little bit. But again, that's not in my makeup, my profile, my anatomy to be really bulky shoulders. So the good news with the figure competition is they were looking for total balance, not just big muscles. So I'm going to just be walking straight ahead. I'll turn my head to I'm watching the camera and watching to see if you have any comments. But my speed right now, I'm not going very fast, but you can go to a speed that works for you. Now you're going to take your towel and you're going to put it behind your neck first. And I want you to make sure that you've got really good posture. And I want you to feel your shoulder blades down on the back. Okay, and just take a couple breaths here and just notice my elbows are forward, my shoulder blades are down. Feel that. I want to make sure you feel everything, okay? I don't want you to feel pain. I want you to feel that your back muscles are engaged, okay? So keep that feeling even though you're going to take that towel and reach forward. Okay, we're going to work on some extension, down and up. And I'm pulling that towel apart. So I've got my muscles, my arm muscles, even my triceps are isometrically contracted while I move in a range of motion in the shoulder joints. Now, you can go up a little higher as you exhale or inhale. I just want you to breathe. Okay, nice and easy. So I'm challenging myself with my walking. My core has to engage as I do this. Okay, now I'm going to take that towel, palms facing up, and I'm just going to pull it. So as I pull it apart with my palms facing up, you should be able to feel your shoulder blades pulling together, retracting. This is helping my external rotation. Okay, I want to get that nice fluid external rotation. So I want those rotator cuff muscles to start kicking in to do their job. And my rhomboids, those are the muscles between the shoulder blades, I want them to start contracting and get them warmed up as well. So as I said, I'll only do maybe 5 reps of everything because there's so much I want to show you today. So that was external rotation. And now I'm going to take the towel behind me. My palms are facing away and my index fingers are grazing the sides of my thighs. I'm going to pull that towel apart and pull back. I want you to be aware that your head doesn't come forward on this. Keep your chin retracted. Exhale as you pull back or inhale. But you're really working on extending the arm bones back. And we're getting a good stretch in the front of the shoulders here. And that should feel pretty good. Go to a range that works for you. You may want to hold it for a moment and pull that towel apart and release. Slow, controlled, mindful movement. Make sure that you're not popping your ribs out. I want your abs to be really working here as well. So I've done some extension, I've done some flexion, I've done some external rotation, and then let's just roll it out. So I'm going to just kind of bicycle my arms forward. I'm getting a little bit of rotation, like I'm rowing a boat, and then I'm going to roll it back. And I'm feeling my shoulder blades sliding down, my arm bones moving in the sockets. And that's it. So this was about a 3-minute warm-up, okay? I'm done. Now, there's other things we could do, but I may use a Swift Treadmill later on, but that's an easy way to get your body warmed up and your shoulders warmed up, and we could ready to move on. Now we're going to go on to the vibration platform, and I'm going to show you a little bit more on stabilizing in the shoulders. The weights will come, I promise you. But first, I want to just go ahead, and I've got the Rumblex Pro 4D, like I said. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on some reverse planks and some forearm planks. What I'll be doing, and I'm going to show you before I get on the machine, is in my planks, my forearm planks, what you want to see, what you want to feel is your shoulder blades protracting and retracting. I call these forearm push-ups. Okay, this again is strengthening your shoulders. If the joints are not strong, don't even think about pushing any weight, because you'll definitely strain your shoulder joint and you won't be lifting any weight. So I would make sure that you have that concept of how important it is to strengthen your joints first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to crank it up. I'm going to put it on oscillation. So everybody's platform does that. And my speed today isn't going to be terribly fast. I'm going to go to maybe about a 15 or so. I'm going to keep it on the low side of things. And what I'm going to do, and I'll show you from behind, well, actually, I'll show you from the side. I'm going to do a reverse plank. So I'll sit on my machine. My hands are going to be out to the sides. I want to make sure I don't shut my machine off. And I'm going to bend my elbows. I'm going to press up and down. So there's my reverse plank push-up, okay? See, my hips are down. You can certainly straighten your legs out, lift your hips and bend and straighten. Yeah, I've got some triceps going, there's no doubt. But I'm working on pushing from my heel, my hands to a lift of my chest, and I'm working into those joints, just like that. Okay, option here, you can bend and straighten. I'm not sitting completely on the platform. I'm just grazing, my butt's just grazing off of it, and my weight is in my hands. And then go ahead and really shake it out. Now, we can also just work the stretching of this. So I'll put my elbows down, and I'm going to press down on my forearms to feel that stretch in the shoulders. I'm loosening up those shoulders, and then I'll push into my feet to lift my hips and then back, okay? Make sure that those elbows don't sink out. I want them directly under the shoulders. Press, I'm depressing my scapula, my shoulder blades as I lift and lower. Press up and down. So that's a few ways we can do reverse planks, okay? Or we can do from the front. Now, when I'm doing a forearm plank, again, I'm going to have my arms karate chopping, and I'll just push down and up. Make sure, by the way, your hips are under your knees. Head is forward. My thumbs are up, and I'm going to press myself away, separate those shoulder blades, and then melt down. When you start feeling how you can retract and protract your shoulder blades, you'll know that you're in the right place when you're ready to do a full arm plank. Okay, and I'll get into that in a moment. But just go ahead and do these little, what we're going to call forearm push-ups to push away and sink in. Okay, and that should feel really good. You're getting a lot of movement in the connective tissue, and that's what it's all about. So reverse planks in the forearms and forearm planks are going to be helpful for you. Then we're going to just do a couple more things while we're standing. This could be on your treadmill or on your vibration platform. Okay, and I did this in the warm-up, but I want to make sure I can show you, because you guys, I think everyone gets these resistance loops with their machine. So why not use them? Okay, same thing. Instead of a towel, you can externally rotate. Let me make sure I'm in a good place here. I'm externally rotating. My camera's crooked. That's messing me up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to externally rotate. I'm using these arm bones, my humerus bones, to push out and in and breathe. Again, I'll do a few reps. And I want to suggest always maybe 10, maybe 12. Don't get crazy. You should work up to fatigue mindfully. That's our extra rotation. You can do palms up, palms facing. You can even do palms down. It makes a difference on what's happening. If you're a golfer, tennis player, I want you to do all those hand positions. You can also, and I'll come from behind, show you that extension work I'm doing. So my hands are back. I'm going to press and I'm going to pull out. I'm working my deltoids. My abs are pulled in, and I'm going to lift up and go higher. Really open up the front of the chest. You can come down and up with the breath. And you should feel a nice squeeze of the shoulder blades, but you're not in your neck. Okay. Lastly, we're going to come all the way up, stretch, and back down. All the way up and stretch, and back. Okay, so by now, can you feel how warm your shoulder joints are? And what we've worked on this for maybe about, let's see, I was 3 minutes there, I was 5 minutes or 8 minutes, and you probably got a pretty good sense of your shoulders working. Now we're going to add on, and everyone's platforms, not everyone's platforms comes with the heavier bands. I love these guys. You've got to be pretty strong to lift these. Or it comes with these looser bands, which we like, right? We like these because we can adjust them. I'm going to show you a little trick too about putting these bands on. So here's our side raises, okay? When I do a side raise, my hands are slightly in front of my arms because your scapula is on an angle. You don't want to pull back here because you're in your neck. You want to be on your natural angle. So you're going to come out, hold it there, and I'd like you to circle. My thumbs are pointing forward, and you can do about 8 to 10 of these, okay? And then reverse the circle. Now, remember what I said about the external rotation? This is my palms down. I could have my thumbs pointing up, and I'm going to circle, okay? I want to really feel those shoulder blades engaging, and then reverse it. And then lastly, palms facing up, and we're going to circle, and then back. I did about 5 reps of each, so that was 15 reps in 3 different arm positions, and you rest. Please stick around because at the end of this little example of workout, we're going to be stretching these muscles. So it's super important you stretch and cool things down besides warming them up. Now, just for giggles, when you're working with your heavier bands, I want to make sure that you really feel that your shoulder's down. So maybe you just take one arm out at a time, okay? And feel that contraction. Super important you don't take a white knuckle grip. Actually, I'm going to use this arm instead. Okay. So shoulder down. I'm going to reach out and back. Okay. I want that medial deltoid to get all the work. These are our side raises. Okay. I've got my knees soft. I'm checking them, not in my neck and shoulders. So single arm to start. Once you feel that you understand about not getting your traps in place, and you exhale, push out. Okay? You can do the same thing. Thumbs can be up. That's a little different. Palms can be up. It's a little different, but whatever position you want is perfect. These are a lot more resistance, guys. So don't feel like you have to come up all the way higher. I want you to just get that muscle to contract and then release. Okay, so how's that feeling so far? Let me see if I have any comments. Cindy, thank you. I'm glad you like these videos. I really hope that I want to encourage you to just try things to kind of get a little bit out of your comfort zone. You have the loop bands on your legs. I've never tried them on your arms. Heck yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll show you one more thing while I'm at it, since I'm into the loop bands. So on your platform, here's what I'm going to do with my band. Okay, I'm going to palm up. Make sure you can see this. palm up. I'm going to anchor down to my shoulder, and then I could do my shoulder press, okay? I can come out to the side. I can come up to the front. Okay, I can do my front raise. I'm holding, and I'm adding that resistance. I can go into a rear deltoid. Okay, that's the back muscle. And you can do all this standing on your band, right? So here, we can take out to the side. We can press it up. We can take it out to the side. We can do a front raise. We can do a side raise. So if you don't have the long bands, this is a super handy piece of equipment. And by the way, I wanted to show you this because I don't know if you guys have these or not, but you can buy these carabiners. Let me get this off for a second. I'll take this off. So if you want a quick change of your bands, I get these little tiny carabiners, okay? And then I put them on my loops, and that way I can quickly lock in and out. So I'm going to take all these bands out right now. I want to keep things kind of clean around here, a little housekeeping. And I want to show you one other thing I'm doing with my bands. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these guys. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to stand my platform just for a few more minutes here, and then I'm going to do these arm circles, okay? I did them with a towel. Okay, you can make the resistance tighter, and you've got everything contracting and reversing. You can do your circles up higher. You can do your circles lower, but it's all keeping isometric contraction of the muscles while you're getting range of motion in the joints. Range is key on this. We need good mobility in our shoulders. You want to keep our shoulder joints healthy. So I wanted to show you that. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. I showed you the arm circles. Okay, let's go into, I have a list here. I'm looking at my list. Sorry, guys. Let's go into adding just a little bit of dumbbell weight, okay? And I'm going to go onto my balance trainer now. So you got the idea. You can use your platform. We've got plenty of videos, at least I have them, on push-ups and planks and things like that. I will show you a few things I want to add on to, but please check out the other videos. I know Amber and Debbie have done a lot of plank type work. The most important thing is I need you to remember it's external rotation. Oh, it's this time of the day when you're going to see lots of stripes. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the sun's coming in. Okay, so external rotation. So if I externally rotate my bone, my hand still can come forward. There's two bones here. So when you do a plank, you don't want to be elbows out. Okay, you're in your neck. You want to externally rotate and then turn your index fingers forward. And that's your planks, okay? That's super duper important for your shoulder joint. Okay, let me move on here. I'm going to slide my platform back. Like I said, I got so much I want to show you. And if you've got specific questions on something, let me know, all right? Okay, here is our balance trainer that has lots of stripes on it. I don't know what to tell you. I know Laura and I tried putting some strips over the shades and they kept falling out. So what can I do about this? Let's see. See if I can move it out of the way a little bit more. Get it out of the sun. A little bit better, yeah. Okay. Let's go to our dumbbells. So guys, I am going with 4-pound weights, okay? 4-pounders here. That's on the Power Flow Pros. We go from 4 to 55. For this particular exercise, this one, I'm going to go lightest. And the most I really will ever do with this is 10 pounds. So 4 is a good starter. You're going to stand on your balance trainer. And these are called flippies, okay? So you're going to reach out to the side, flip up, and then come on back down, okay? Up and exhale. Now you can challenge yourself with 1 foot on balancing if you want to play around. But really, I like you to concentrate on your arms. Okay, my hands go a little higher than my shoulder joints. Let me show you from the side what's happening here. I'm taking it out. I'm flipping. My hands are always in front of my shoulders. They're not back. And then down. And let me show you what it looks like in the back. What happens. Hopefully you're going to see my back on this. my hair's not in the way here. Okay, I'm gonna up and flip, shoulder blades come down. Okay, I don't want to get in my neck. I reach out and flip and back down. Flippies. Now, my trainer, when I was preparing for my my competition, had me doing 100 of those, 4 sets of 25. So should you do it? Well, it depends what you're training for. But I'm looking again for external rotation and then internal rotation with arm abduction. Okay. These are great. Okay, so that's our flippies. Want to make sure you got those. Now, another great rotator cuff strengthener besides shoulder strengthener are bending your elbows at the sides, okay? And what you'll want to do is bring them out. Your hands are in line with your elbows. Okay, that's super important. A lot of people kind of bring their elbows out. I want everything to stay in alignment. Wrists, and elbows. Okay, so you go out to the side raise. That shortens the lever from this. There's more stress on your elbows and your shoulders and your neck if you're not strong enough to go wide, right? So I'm going to shorten the lever. That's my side raise, but check this out. Then I'm going to go into a goal post. Now, this is where I talk to a lot of my golfers because it's super important. If you're tight, your elbows will not come forward, okay? A lot of people can't get their elbows are back here because they're so tight. So I'll show you from the side this one, okay? You bend the elbows at the side. You're going to bring them up. You're going to rotate. The elbows come forward and the weights are slightly back. There's a slight angle here. You're going to derotate and come back down to the side. So I'll do 5 of these and I'll show you both directions. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. So I want you to breathe in all parts of it. My elbows stay in line. This is super, super great strengthener for all those muscles of rotation and abduction, adduction. Now I'll do a couple on the side. Head over shoulders, soft knees, up. You can do this on your vibration platform, okay? You can add that to the mix. You can do it on your Swift Treadmill. You can do this on your balance trainer. Now I've done about 8 reps, and my shoulders are feeling warm. I'm not saying they're burning, but they're feeling pretty warm. Okay, so take that down, replace your weights, and shake everything out. So let those shoulders roll out. You want to just kind of get everything loose and just let your arms flow around. So I've shown you side raises with a band. I've showed you arm circles. I've showed you with a little band, with the other band, and now with the weight. So that's what you can do with that. I'm going to also go into some shoulder presses, okay? And there's one move in particular that I really like, and it's called the Arnold. Yeah, it's from Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the Arnold press is it's a multi-position move. I'm going to get my camera up a little higher so I make sure that I'm not cut out of this. Let's do it without weights first, okay? So we did the side raise. We're going to take it up. We're going to bring the elbows together. I'm not squeezing together. I'm bringing it together. Let me take that back. Okay. So it's out, up. We're going to lift. And then we're going to bring the elbows forward and then down to the sides, okay? We'll bring the elbows down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The whole time, my elbow stays bent. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Got it? So once you have that, you can even just start with no weights at all to get the range of motion, okay? But now, let's go ahead. I'm going to add on a little more weight here. I think I'll go ahead and do, I'm just going to do 7 pounds. Just to give me a little more challenge. Again, start light. Okay? Let's do 5 of these together. Your elbows are bent. And my camera's a little blurry. I hope it's not blurry for you guys. For some reason, I feel like I'm out of focus here. There we go. Okay. elbows are bent. Okay, we go up and rotate, tap, bring the elbows in and down. Open up, knuckles to the sky, tap overhead, bring the elbows forward and pull down. Make sure you exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale down. And let's do 3 more. Up, tap. You can count your parts of your exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, everybody. Breathe with me. Once you have this move, you can be on your BOSU or your vibration platform. I don't think I would do that one on the treadmill. For some reason, that's just way too much going on for a treadmill, so I think that should be enough. One of my favorite moves to do, because not only am I working all my muscles of my shoulders, I'm working a little bit of chest there as well, okay? Working a little bicep as a stabilizer, so it's pretty cool. So that's my Arnold. And of course, we have our regular shoulder presses. You've got 2 options here. You can do a narrow overhead press, or you can do your goalpost press. This is my tip, okay? Amber might have some other thoughts on it. Debbie might have some other thoughts on it, but this is mine because I work with a lot of, again, active aging adults that have neck issues. And I've talked to a couple of my chiropractor friends and other trainers. If you want to get this muscle, the medial deltoid strong, all you have to do is get this elbow below the joint and above the joint. This is where the deltoid does its magic, okay? That's where the magic is. When you start going a little higher, and it is challenging, if you start getting your trap in place and you start lifting there, your trap's doing all the work, okay? Your deltoid has already done its job and it doesn't need to do anymore. So the trap will start really kicking in. So I want to recommend, and let's go ahead and I'm going to grab some weights here. I'm not going to go on any props, even though I have them all out here and you can use them. Let's go ahead and add some weight to this. Oh gosh. I'll go into, I'll add 11 pounds. Oop, one's 13. I love how quick all our dumbbells can change the weights. Super easy. Takes little space to do this. Yeah, and so thanks, Lauren. She just added 3 of the different videos that you guys can watch to work on your shoulder strength. Okay, so I like to take a split stance when I'm doing this. Okay, it helps me to not go into my back. I'm going to bend my elbows, and there's my narrow row. Okay, I'm going to come up over my shoulders and then back down. The weight's at the heel of the hands, and you can almost see my fingers are not white knuckling. I'm pushing at the heel of the hands, exhale and inhale. I'm pushing off my back foot, exhale. Let me show you that. I want to show you best alignments, okay? Back foot propped. Take it up. You're going to exhale, drive it up. Elbows forward, okay? That's our narrow shoulder press, okay? Here's our wide. I'm at goalpost arms. My elbows are slightly forward, okay? Super important. We're going to press up and come down. So the weights will touch your shoulders and just over your head. Weights in the heel of the hands, the wrists are neutral grip. And you're in a split stance. There you go, and take it down. Okay, we're going to wrap it up pretty soon here, guys. I don't like my videos to be longer than about 30 minutes because it's a lot of information. Take it a little bit at a time. Try a few things. Hit the pause button. Do your reps. Add on. Okay, go like that. Let me see what I have. Okay, I showed you my overhead presses. I showed you the Arnold press. Yeah, I'm going to show you one more. I showed you the side raises, the goalpost. I'm going to show you the plank row, rotate, and press. And I've got one rear deltoid exercise. And then we're going to call it a day because these stripes are driving me crazy on my screen. Okay, so plank. Could be on a platform. Could be on a BOSU. I'm going on the floor for this one. Okay. I want you to make sure that this is going to be, let's see if I can change those stripes on the floor again. Yeah, better. Okay. Start with maybe a 4-pound weight. Eventually you can get a little higher. I'm going to go to 7 pounds on this one. Okay. For those of you that love planks, and I love planks, and I think I'll do both arms just to have, what I like about putting my planks, the weight is in the heel of my hands. I'm not in a flat plank, so that gives me external rotation, okay? And I come in my plank. If you're not liking that, you can be on your knees, but here's my plank. Let me get my, okay? Shoulders over the wrist. I'm going to row. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to press up, down, rotate, okay? I'm going to row it, elbow to the ribs, rotate, and push up, in, rotate, and down. What does that look like without weight? Let's take a peek and see how you can do that just to get used to the rotation. This is a lot of strength in the shoulder joints, okay? If you're in your plank, you're going to pull up. So here's your row. Your legs are going to rotate. Here's your external rotation, and then there's your press, okay? Rotate and pull down. Got it? So take your time. Try it without weight. Let's see on the knees if we can do this. It's going to be a little different, okay? I'm going to rotate. I'm going to row. I'm going to rotate. A little bit harder to do that, okay? I like it on the toes better. So if you find that you have to be on your knees, try this one. Okay, side plank. Okay, one knee down. I'm going to grab my weight, and here's my side plank with a side raise. Okay, less stress on the neck, but more strengthening in the shoulders. There's your side raise, and you can do that in a regular plank as well. Okay, and up and down. So those are a little more advanced moves, and I wanted to keep it more to an intermediate or beginner level. Now we get to stretch. So while we're stretching, let's go back on our platform and just shake things out while we stretch. I hope that was helpful for all you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've got any comments. If you have any questions, I will definitely be checking the Facebook VIP and the regular Lifepro page to check if you have any comments later on after you've watched this video. It is going to be available on your YouTube station, Lifepro's YouTube station, as well as the other videos that Lauren's posted. Okay, and I'm going to bring my camera a little closer so you can see. Probably these are the stretches I suggest the most that you can do for. Let's bring this down a little bit more. I want to make sure you can see me. You guys can see me on the platform. There we go. Technical difficulties. Okay, so we're on the platform. Pick a speed, any speed. Let's see. I'm going to go with some lateral movement here. And I'm going to take it a little bit more. I'm going to take it into the 40 range. And just put your hands there and just let your shoulders shake out. Oops, I just shut it off. Dang it. I normally put a pad or something under. A pad or something over my control panel so I don't do that. You can sit cross-legged, whatever feels comfortable for you, and just gently spread your fingers and let your hands come down, and just let's stretch our neck. Eyes forward, get that neck stretch, gently pressing down, and then the other side. Breathing into this. So that full neck stretch, lengthening out. You may even want to consider doing these before you even start doing your warm-up with your towel or your resistance bands. Just do that a couple times, really mindfully. And then you're going to take your hands. My dog Henry just opened the door, so he may join us in this video. Your hands are forward, okay? We're going to cross one hand over the other, interlace your fingers, and push away. Let me show you from the side what this looks like, okay? I'm going to drop my head and shake it no, and shake it yes. And I'm pushing my shoulder blades, spreading my shoulder blades apart. And breathe into that. We worked on pulling the rhomboids, contracting them to keep the shoulder blades flat on your back. Now I'm getting some space there. Once you feel a good stretch here, bring your arms up first, and then your head's going to eventually come up with you, and you're nice and tall. And now we're stretching into the lats. Okay, the arms that help us, or the muscles that help us to keep the back upright. Now bend to one side, and then bend to the other side. You can see my elbows are slightly bent. My head goes with my arms, stretching in the intercostals. Those are the muscles between the ribs. And then I'm going to grab onto my elbows and I'm going to gently pull them back. Now remember what hand was over first. It was my left. I'm going to take it and just kind of swing my arms forward and back. Now I'm going to take the right over the left. Once again, I'm going to drop my head and I'm going to push toward the camera, shaking my head no and yes. Feel that separation. Arms come up. When I can't come any further, my head's going to join it. And I lift up all the way. And when bending side to side. This should feel really good, guys. And then grab those elbows and pull back. And you can add that stretch like this. Okay? Come on back down. Just bring the arms forward and back. Thumbs down, thumbs up. We're getting that external internal rotation again. Getting the blood to flow, letting the muscles cool down in their proper position. Now, you're going to do what I call I Dream a Genie, but some of you are going to have more flexibility, elbow over elbow, okay? And take your hands on your shoulders. If this is too hard for you to do, you can go I Dream a Genie, but know what hand's on top, okay? But we're looking to grab on, like you're hugging yourself. The bottom elbow lifts, the top elbow presses, and you're squeezing together. And then not your head turning, but your shoulders turn one direction and then the other. Getting a little bit of shoulder rotation, golfers and tennis players and any sports enthusiasts. Great. Now that hand on top is going to switch. So open up. Think thumbs open. You're on the Titanic. Open, bend the elbows. Stretch those muscles, the pecs, and then wrap over. Now, if you're a yogi, you can always do your eagle wrap, but I like this because my hands stay on my shoulders as I lift my bottom elbow up and press my top elbow down. And breathe. Even if you haven't worked out with me today, this is a great thing to do in the morning just to loosen things up, or if you're ending your work day, sitting on your platform, get a little vibration in your spine while you're stretching your shoulders, and release. So lastly, before we sign off, I want you to just go into a little bit of arm gliding. Arms are out. So my palms are going to, let me reach you that. You're going to turn your palms up. I'm flexing. There's a stretch in my wrists. Okay, I'm going to push out, ear to one side, then the other. Okay, do that a couple times. Then reach up, turn. There's your internal rotation. Press all the way down. Push down to the platform. Once again, ear to ear. Do that again. Inhale up. Drop your shoulders. Press out. Stretch apart. And then press down to the platform. You don't have to move your head. Maybe you'll turn your head. Look over your left shoulder. Then your right shoulder. Last time. Inhale up. Big breath in. Long exhale out. And turn to the left. Turn to the right. Come back to center and shake it out. So that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope your shoulders feel really good. I'm going to shut my platform up. Again, any questions, please put them in the chat. Private message me if there's a specific thing that you're being challenged with. Just feel free to reach out. Amber, Deb, any of the team would be happy to help you so that you can uncover solutions to rediscover movement that your body was designed to do with all our Lifepro products. After a workout, make sure you're hydrating, make sure you're feeding your muscles. Maybe use one of your other Lifepro products, massage gun, or your any of the infrared and red light products to help soothe those muscles. Thank you so much. Hey, Bonnie, glad you could join us. Have a great rest of your day, guys. See you really soon. See you Friday. We're launching. Bye for now.